Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. I'm gonna sit right here just so we can discuss some of this storytelling that people are doing lately. Um, I don't know, I've been seeing this become more of a trend as of late. Um, so you guys know about that Winnie the Pooh movie coming out? Yeah. So I don't know what it is about people who develop these concepts and they believe there to be like, and let me just make one thing clear. As I've said in previous videos, as a storyteller, you tell whatever story you want to tell. You know, if you feel that this is something that you want to do, go for it. I have nothing against you. I mean, that's just, art is art, right? You make whatever you want to make. However, as a movie goer, as a film fan, I'm allowed to comment on said art. So, and I'm allowed to have my own opinion on it. So yeah. But um, yeah, so this whole Winnie the Pooh thing that came about a few months back, I believe it was like a concept, and then it just was funded, got a lot of money for it, and now it's being backed a little bit more by bigger studios. Um, I don't know the novelty or the creative fulfillment that comes from taking characters that were in a setting previously and then just changing the setting. Like that's literally all they're doing with like something like Winnie the Pooh, which is literally just a horror version. You know, what if Winnie the Pooh went basically ballistic? You know, because it looks like your typical slasher. You know, at the end of the day, you know, it doesn't look like anything else. You know, and they've done stuff like this previously with other stuff. Like remember Happy Time Murders? Like I think it was like Sesame Street or Muppets, and they just decided to just do a hard R version of that shit. Um, like why? You know, like I don't like I'm not gonna be like one of those like family types where they're just like you should keep things in the kid genre or this or that. It's like I'm thinking more about like what is so cool about that, you know, in terms of a story. I mean, it just sounds like something you say as a joke, you know, but it's not something that you actually go forth at creatively speaking because it's just so like lazy. Like that's kind of the best word to put it. It's very lazy because all you're doing is just writing a generic piece with characters that have never been placed within the circumstance. That's all you're doing. That's literally all you're doing. Because the Happy Time Murders, I'm pretty sure it was a typical comedy type, and with Winnie the Pooh, it looks very much like a typical horror slasher. Um, or trying to think of something else. Sausage Party. Remember Sausage Party, where they just brought like food. You know, like it was like for some reason people were saying like like oh my gosh this is so different. You know, like these animations. You know, this very innocent like looking things. You know, food and they're all talking. It looks like a Pixar movie type thing, and they're all cussing now. It's super crazy. It's super different, and from what I remember of Sausage Party, it was just fairly just low key, just pretty typical. Nothing really that extreme except the orgy scene at the end. Um, I mean, I never understand why this type of storytelling gets more. Like someone put it best. Like these types of movies get pushed out, but original types of stories, like genuine original stories, get shelved almost always. In favor of shit like this. I mean, it's understandable why, because this is it's bankable. You're putting certain characters on the poster. I get it. Um, like because people want to be comfortable all the time with their stories. They don't wish to be actually to be challenged. So there is a comfort in having and going to see Happy Time Murders, and you're like, oh, I'm already familiar with Sesame Street characters. Now I just have to just look at it through this kinds of lens, which is not really all that different. It's just like you're not doing anything extremely inventive. It's very, very lazy in my opinion. You're just writing something generic, and then upon writing that generic thing, you're just like, well, how else can we make this more interesting? Oh, you know what? Let me put Sesame Street characters all over the fucking script, and then it'll actually look like I did something very creative, when really all I did was just write something extremely generic, and I just plotted a bunch of Sesame Street characters after I was done writing it. It's like the same thing with the Winnie the Pooh thing. I'm pretty sure that originally it was going to be a slasher, like its own type of thing. And then upon looking at it, they thought, well, this looks pretty boring, so what else can we do with this? Um, you know what? What if Winnie the Pooh was actually, went crazy, and then someone just went, that's brilliant. Let me switch this up a little bit. Let me just change the name of the slasher, and then let me just put Winnie the Pooh. And that's, basically how they like spawn these types of ideas. Or like I said, sometimes you just sit around and you just throw jokes around, and then one person actually takes it really seriously, and that's how you end up making these types of movies. Um, it's not something that I feel is like creatively worth it going towards. Like I don't know. These are types of stories that I've never understood why get so much publicity. I mean, it's not that crazy, guys. I mean, Winnie the Pooh in a horror setting is like it'd be different if it was done if it was done more, like if there was a different angle taken with it, but it's just a typical slasher. It's just, I mean, literally they couldn't even. It's just dudes in mask and they're killing people. That is the bare bones of what slashers are, you know. Um, and I just don't understand the trend of this. Like, it's just not like I never. It just, I don't know. It doesn't ever look like it's creatively satisfying. It just looks like a way to just cash in, just to make easy money, and also like it's like the easiest form of storytelling. Like you can like I can do that with any character. Like I can do that with like with Barney, or I think they're doing that with Barney now with Daniel Kaluuya. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I can do that with Thomas the Tank Engine. I can do that with any other character and just throw them in a different setting. I mean, like that's not hard to do. That's a very very easy thing to do, and it just for me as from a filmmaking standpoint, from a storytelling standpoint, it's just like it just looks so lazy to me. It just looks so lazy. And I really wonder what the motivation is to do these kinds of movies. Like, is it just to cash in? Is it just to, like, do they actually really believe they're doing something creatively satisfying? Like, what's the real motivation? I just think it's just to get money and just to be, like, to get reactions from people, you know? Because, like, because it's like the pitch. It's just the pitch that keeps people interested. Like, ooh, Winnie the Pooh in a horror setting, versus actually having something more fascinating beyond that. So I don't know. I never understand these types of movies. They never speak really creative to me. They just seem very pathetic. In my personal opinion, they just seem very pathetic. And they're also movies that I never desired to see. I never saw Happy Time Murders. I only saw Sausage Party. Um, like, I saw bits of it, and I just thought it was kind of boring. And I have no desire to see the Winnie the Pooh movie because it looks lazy. Like, it's just they literally are just doing, again, just a normal slasher, except that we have people wearing Winnie the Pooh type costumes running around, with also really spotty performances, and just like, yeah, it's like when that one short film catches fire on the internet for like a week or so, and that's what it feels like when these kind of movies come out. It's like It's like, oh, remember that one thing online? Yeah, let's do that. Let's put more money towards that, you know. Um, or like I said previously, where it's like people who just sit around and go, you know, what would be funny? Winnie the Pooh if he slashed uh, a bunch of women, you know, killed a bunch of women like your typical slashers. Or you know, it'd be funny Sesame Street characters if we saw them uh, come on camera. You know, that would be really, you know, really crazy. Or you know, I would love to see a hot dog fuck a hot dog bread in a fucking orgy type setting with Seth Rogen voicing it. That would be crazy. That would be interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's just like this is stuff you joke about. This is not stuff that I would necessarily put on the big screen or see play out. Not because I'm grossed out by it, but I'm just more like, why? Like why? You know? So, um, so yeah. But you guys, let me know. Do you guys find these types of stories, these types of ideas interesting, or do you just think what I think? Which, to sum it up, basically, like I just think that they're lazy ideas, and they're just there's little effort that has to be put into it. From a writing standpoint, this is like the easiest thing you can write. One of the easiest things you can write. It's just super easy. Um, like I don't know. It just doesn't seem that 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 interesting or that creatively uh, sound. So, but you guys, let me know your thoughts on these stories, and if you guys are interested in watching that Winnie the Pooh thing, let me know. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll have more reviews in the future, so stay tuned for that. More topics. If you guys have a topic that or something that you would like me to discuss, let me know in the comment section below. And that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And until next time, I'll see you then. Bye.